One of the great things that Charter does, and has always done, is learn how to work in occupied spaces. And this just took it to a whole nother level. We first went up on the roof to see what we could find up there, and found that the area that they were talking about there was a depression in the roof, and there was standing water on top of it. So we decided to open it up and see what the extent of the damage was. And once we opened it up in the hallway, we realized that what we had was a pretty severe problem. So they had to move the residents out of the room. And then we went in and opened up the ceiling. And once we opened up a small part of the ceiling, we found out that the entire ceiling was gone. Literally, the rafters were completely rotted through. The only thing that was stopping everything from falling down inside was the drywall of the ceiling itself. So it was just a snowball effect. Then we found out that when we got into one of the rooms that we were working on where we had a collapsed ceiling, or we knew that we really had collapse in the ceilings, then we found that we had a leak in one of these radiators. And these radiators were all leaking where the joint comes up and goes into the floor. And so what it was doing was spraying water between the layers of the floors, and this was just migrating out all over the place in there, and it was creating a real hazardous mold condition. So while we're in the process of doing all this work in there, we went to the owners and told them, look, you've got some really inefficient part of what we call the back of the house back here, and that's where a lot of the staff have offices and stuff like that. But at one time, those rooms were functioning rooms that they had. And what they did was that they just chopped them up, and there was no way that they could be done that way. So we said, everybody's out of here. Why don't we go back in here and clean these things up for you? And when we did, we gained them 12 more rooms in this facility. And they had the license for those beds. And so when we open this facility back up again, they're going to be able to take 12 more patients than they weren't able to take before, because we went in and made the building that much more efficient for them by just moving walls and things around for them. We've gone on for there, and we've been doing work for them now for 4 years, and we're all over the state fixing stuff for them. But it's just a great relationship. They know when we get in there, they're going to get it done right.